Well, hi everyone, it's Brett with Idaho Adventures, and I need to share something with you. A few months back, I bought the EXO Ranger XR7 and loved it. I practiced with it, was in the backyard, was in a field near our house, took it down by the river a few times, got kind of used to it, flew it over the water, making sure that I could control it properly and all that. And I felt pretty good about it. Took it to Hawaii on a recent vacation. We flew it out over the ocean a little bit, not too far out, but out far enough. And again, just making sure it was all under control, and I felt real good about it. Well, when we got home from Hawaii, we took our boat out to Lake Pend Oreille, and there's some real high areas, mountains on the edge of Pend Oreille. And they actually had waterfalls flowing down from the up on the mountain, the water coming down, and it was cascading down. It looked really cool. So I was out on the boat, planned to do this, and I lit off the EXO Ranger XR7, and I flew it and took some pictures of it. It turned out pretty well, I thought. And as you know, when you change the battery out, you've got to recalibrate. And so I put in the second battery, and I was on the back of the boat on the engine box. I had my landing pad, takeoff pad on the back there, and I was calibrating the Ranger, and I wasn't getting the sound response that you would normally get from the drone itself. I was getting it from the remote control. And so I do remember looking at it, and I was using the app. I had my phone on it and I was using the app. And I do recall that when I was trying to calibrate it, there was only about 9 or 10 satellites. And so that should have probably been my first indicator. But I went ahead and I thought I had calibrated it properly. And went ahead and, started it up. And the moment it took off, I knew that I didn't have the right controls. Looked down again and still didn't have enough satellites. And so it went as long as the battery would last, and finally after about 15 minutes and us trying to capture it, which hindsight now is I shouldn't have done it on the boat. There's not a lot of area on the boat for it to come back towards. I tried everything. I tried the return function. I tried controlling it and getting it close. There was one time when I actually could reach up and almost grabbed it, but I thought the blades would take my fingers off at that point. And so finally we just watched it, and it came down slowly and went down the bottom of Lake Pend Oreille, 800 feet down. It's pretty far down, so I know there was no recovering it. So just a word of caution to you guys that are just learning: make sure that you calibrate it properly, and make sure that when you do launch it, that you have the right GPS satellites, the correct number, and it's in the booklet. And I know there's another function too that makes it where you don't need the satellites, but I didn't flip it over to go to the second function. But I just want a little word of caution: make sure that you calibrate it correctly, and that you have the satellites to properly operate it. It's a pretty expensive mistake that I made, so I ordered a second one. And I'm going to be a lot more cautious and careful, and I now have obviously another controller, another drone as well, but I really like the way that it did operate and fly, and I'm just going to be a lot more careful from now on. Lisa has told me that I have to be careful, so I will be careful. Anyway, I wanted to show you the unboxing of this one as well. So as before, it comes in a really nice box, packaged very nicely. It's got the stickers and the little things thanking you for being a EXO drone pilot. And the bag, same bag as what I have. And the reason I went with the red drone is I thought it was easier to see in the sky. So I did end up getting the red one again. And it's patriotic. It's got some nice, stars and stripes on it where it says EXO. I'm going to take this little wrap off and show you. EXO. And then obviously, you know, when you bring the propellers out, it folds. And so I'm getting that all prepared. I'll charge up the batteries, charge up the controller, and as I stated before, definitely will be more careful. But I'm happy. I'm glad I got another one. I think it makes our YouTube channel, you know, has a different look to it, and I know I can do a lot more different things with the drone, so that's why I got a second one. Obviously, same controller. I know that they are calibrated to be with each other, so I have this. The first one I have is just a spare. I only ordered this drone with the one battery that comes with it, so I have to charge that up. But now I'll have another USB cable, charger cable, and spare props. So anyway, again, I learned my lesson the hard way. Good luck with you and your flying. Thanks for watching.
So we are at Post Falls High School right now. Brett's going to practice with the drone too. This is our second one. Nice day. It's like 77 right now. Way up there. Well, you probably can't see it with the sun.
So as Lisa mentioned, we came over to Post Falls High School. I thought would be a nice open area to practice flying the drone again. And the drone is performing really well. I made sure I calibrated it properly. And I just like the way that it feels when it flies. This is a view of the football field and the track at Post Falls High School. In the foreground are the Post Falls High School soccer fields, and in the background is Prairie View Elementary School. That street in front of the high school is Pole Line, which is under construction at Cecil Avenue, where they're putting a new turnabout in to relieve the congestion at that intersection. As the drone pans left, you'll see that's Mount Rathdrum, Mount Spokane way back in the back, and then that's west looking towards Spokane. And although it's a little breezy, the drone is very stable. The camera action with the 3-axis gimbal on the camera is really nice. And as you can see, we're close to landing. Now the drone is off, and this is me holding it as I walk towards Lisa. Just having a little bit of fun. Flying my drone number 2.
And how long is it supposed to last? 15 minutes on the battery?
Yeah.
So you feel like it's working good?
Yep. I want to go down the other end and do that street now.
Okay. a little breezy out right now, so you can see it kind of moving a little bit. And I lost it. Let's see where it's at.
Okay, now I'm at the other end of the high school, and these are the softball and the baseball diamonds. And I'm just kind of, again, practicing the drone, adjusting camera angles, heights, making sure the controls work properly, etc. That's Cecil Avenue and East Pole Line Avenue. That's where the turnabout's going to be. That's what the construction is and why the pole line has been closed in both directions right at this little area. And that's turned back around towards the baseball diamonds. Well, I will tell you, the EXO X7 Ranger Plus drone is really fun to fly. And I'm going to try and make sure that I don't drop this one or crash it. So I'm really being cautious, and I advise everyone else to do the same. Anyway, thanks for watching. Well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please like us, please subscribe, and feel free to comment. Until our next adventure, bye!